Nice abrupt cut of the song, Mirage. You love to see it. But
bad.
anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we've been about 10 minutes late now. That is our bad, but hopefully our fun little surprise at the end might make up for it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gammy Crayola. I am your host, and joining me in the VC is gonna be both Philoxen and Mirage, two members of our pooling staff. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the round of 32 Mappool showcase of the 6-digit World Cup 2025. And, you know, if you guys are wondering why this Mappool showcase came late, it's because we are preparing stuff. If you're wondering why this Mappool showcase is coming before the seed review, unfortunately, due to some unfortunate circumstance, an earthquake hit the Turkish roster. So we are gonna we decide to accommodate for their unfortunate happenstance. So we hope that all of them are safe. We hope that all of them can recover, and we hope that it didn't affect them too badly. And we hope that you guys can reach your well words and 07s to them in the chat. Huge shout outs to everybody before we begin involved in the making of this pool, playtesters, replayers, and of course poolers and whatnot. And without further ado, I mean, Philoxen, do you have anything to say before we jump straight into the pool?
Nah, man, let's go. I just want everyone to see the bangers that we have cooked up. Or not, but anyway, we will see at the end, so let's get started.
Wait, I have
I'm putting in my predictions right now. People, I'm putting in the predictions. I have my predictions for what people complain about going to this. But let's not delay it any further. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump straight into this round of 32 pool showcase with a certified banger. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to No Mod 1. If you thought we were going to be normal, no sir, we are kickstarting the 6-digit World Cup. The 6-digit World Cup bracket stage with a wafer map. That's right, it's going to be Cardi B up.
Oh my god, no streamer rights. I wanted to say something, but it's okay, I guess. Hello everyone. First of all, welcome to the showcase, of course, but more importantly, please remember this is round of 32. Full SR is going to be significantly lower than what you've experienced in qualifiers, so please take that in mind. There are some maps that you're like, well, okay, but again, keep the low SR in mind, please, please, please. It is a lot easier than quals. But let's get into the first map. It is No Mod 1. It is awkward aim. You know it. You love it. It's 83 BPM. It's a wafer map. You may not love that part, but it's okay. Yeah. Let me get my stuff straight real quick. It's pretty similar to qualifiers in the sense that, well, same skill set and all. It is 5 stars, but like it's like low BPM aim, so like you can hit it for sure, surely. And CS 4.2, AR 9.2, AOD 8.8. It's only about 2 minutes 30 seconds, so you won't have to suffer for long at least. So, anyways, Philoxen.
Right. Your low BPM awkward aim map once again. No mod one slot. Now it's Cardi B. Even a bigger banger from the very famous artist. I still can't believe we
Surely
have it
not
in the
DFC
poll.
it.
Surely
Surely not
not,
DFC
surely
it.
not, right? I believe was suggested by Lighting, so huge shout outs to him. I actually like the map when playing it. Like those repetitive jumps that you're seeing on the screen right now, they feel like so goofy to be like hit. And like when playing the map, like yeah, there was like that, like smirk on on my mouth. And yeah, I think it's really cool, and we need to see more stuff like that in tournaments.
Yeah, that's right. As we approach the end of this map, huge shoutouts to Managers for the replay. In case you guys don't know, Managers, one of the craziest, most underrated players coming in from 6WC 2024, was part of the Japanese roster and was a massive carry for the team. Glad to have them back this year as a replayer and with an SS no less. Yeah, I already see some people talking about, is it a no mod 4 or no mod 1? But if you know CDC, we
What?
like anything but boring no mod 1s. We
Where's-
like everything but boring no mod 1s.
Where's the number
No,
4?
slider,
A long
slider
slider?
equal no mod 4, Mirage.
Bro.
Slider equal no mod 4, bro.
God forbid
What are
having
you-
sliders in the map. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
but anyways, we went from one banger to another, and we're gonna get into another map, which a lot of you guys probably know at home. Ladies and gentlemen, you might know this map for Eterna's score with it, Eterna's PP record with it, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one, the only XI Ascension to Heaven for 6 digits.
Half of the viewers just leave at this point.
All
but yeah, here
right.
we are.
200 BPM in my round of 32. Let's go.
Alright, everyone. I am sorry, I guess that's the best way I can say it. Hello, it is round of 32. It is Ascension to Heaven, 200 BPM, no more 2. You heard that right. CS4, AR9, OD7, SR 4.9. 2 minutes, 30 seconds of drain time. Where are the streams? You
It
literally
is
just saw
not
them.
finger control. It is not finger control.
Calm down with the mic, it's peaking.
Yo, he's cutting.
It's cutting out, actually, that's the worst part of it. But,
Oh man.
yeah. Ascension to Heaven. I don't think it needs an introduction. If you've never heard the song on those two, you're probably new to the game. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, round of
Yeah,
32,
man.
we're starting with a 200 BPM. I don't know what else to say. Everyone in my pool team was in favor of it, so I was like, okay, fine. You know what?
It's okay. It's okay. I was very skeptical about it just because of the background, but when I played the map, I actually realized it's one of the best Noma 2s in such a rank range. Because like you have those like 12 node 200 BPM streams, and they're constant. Like they follow each other. They're pretty dense, so it does drain your stamina pretty quickly, especially if you have problems with that high BPM tapping. But yeah, I'm so sad our replayer Wilvam did not overstream the streams, because that would have been such a banger content and such a banger replay. Ignore the voice crack. But
This
yeah,
guy.
anyway, Gamil, you can take the mic as we are jumping in the second KA.
I already see a lot of people going, what the hell? Who put no more 5? Where are the streams in my map? I like for you guys to all remember these notes. I mean, a lot of these bursts are like 9 to 10 note bursts. I think this map caps out at what, 12, 15? And at 200 BPM, that is no easy feat, especially given the context of the SR. Mind you, this is lower than 5 stars. Like, we have, what, 200Ks or 300Ks playing these borderline 5-star maps. Do you think a regular, do you think a regular 300K would be able to play this kind of Nobot 2? I don't think so. So I think for the SR, this is a pretty intensive stream and tapping test, or raw tapping mechanics test, to say the very least. But yeah, huge shoutouts to Wilwam for the replay once again. Our lovely head of technical. I think he personally stole this replay, so I'm sure he loves this map as well. But yeah, there will not be everything will freeze in this map, please guys. But anyways, moving away from Ascension to Heaven, we're gonna go into a lesser known map finally. And we are going into an idol song. Yep, that's right. We had no idol songs in qualifiers, but you can't escape Osu you can't play Osu without having at least one of them in your map pool. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a dive into No Mod 3 with Diver Diva Power Spot.
Okay, no more 3 time everyone. 130 BPM, CS4, AR 9.2, OD 8.5, SR is 4.7. It's the longest map in the pool so far, and I think no, it's the longest map in the pool so far, not the longest map. This week for round of 32, we'll be testing you on Snap Alt. Well, okay, Snap Alt in brackets because it's as snappy as it can get for the SR. Again, please remember we're going a lot of SR down from the qualifiers, so it's as snappy as it can get without being too hard. As you can see in the stat sheet, the stats already on the right, it's already 4.7, so it's as snappy as it can get. Okay. Philoxen, your experience on this?
Yeah, I agree. The thing I noticed when playing the map as well is that it kind of tests your like just generic consistency aim. So it's not just snap alt. As we get into that first key, we're seeing some slider aim here and there as well. So now really a versatile map in terms of skill sets. Also, the background reminded me of one of the backgrounds for rhythm game one of those rhythm games that you play on mobile. So, and yeah, but when it comes to those, like I really love like seeing like for example songs and backgrounds from, for example, Bank Dream, like another rhythm game from mobile. Yeah, just being played in Osu. So this is one of those. So huge appreciation to whoever pulled the map.
And I believe this map was pulled by Luminous Sky. You guys might know him as the quality assessment, a member of the quality assessment team from 6WC 2024 and 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Came back this year as a pool, and I'm so happy to have him. Philoxen filling in for the incredibly long and arduous viewing time of the map aside. This No Mod 3 I think is pretty bog standard for a No Mod 3 at this SR. Some interesting patterns as No Mod 3s typically contain, but I think the main thing to look out for in this map is of course gonna be the duration. The drain time is extremely long. This is like one of those maps that sort of fall into the No Mod 1 consistency camp. And with a skill set such as alt being tested to such a degree when it comes to, alt consistency, I definitely think that this could be an interesting challenge for especially, some of the lower seeded teams, as alt is not the most accessible skill set, and when you're forced to go at it for 4 minutes, a whole 4 minutes, that can really start to add up. But, that's it. Huge shoutouts to the replayer for this map. It is Lewis Marble. If you guys don't know Lewis Marble, he is, I think, top 10 SSers in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Won a few score farming contests here and there, and he's just overall known in the Singaporean community as a very, very, very well-known SS grinder and no life degen. I love you, Marble. God damn, this map is so long, dude. This map is
it's a very long map. It's the
so
second longest map in the pool, but like, we have had very short maps so far. It's literally been 2 minute number 1, 2 minute number 2. Now we finally have a longer map, and yeah, it is snap alt for the most part. So, I mean, it does have some flow as well, but yeah, we're reaching the end of the map luckily for anyone who doesn't like the map, but
Yeah, no, I'm an alt player, but I banned this just because of duration. I can't lie. lie, Mirage. It's over, bro. It's over, bro. What do you mean I don't have my Zoomer Subway Surfers pool, bro?
No, the what now?
Yeah, but anyways, let's move away from this No Mod 3 at long last, and let's move on to our No Mod 4. This No Mod 4 satisfies everybody who was complaining about, the calls No Mod 4 being too alt heavy, because this time we got the hard slide attack. This time we got the hard slide attack. It is gonna be Starfall by PTB10.
Alright, anyone in the chat remember what Starfall even is as a map? What the hell, cursor?
Multi-account.
It ascended to heaven.
Yeah, I was about to make that joke as well. Anyways.
Bro loaded up the wrong replay.
Anyways, does anyone remember Starfall? If you do, you probably are a pretty old timer, because Starfall used to be a very popular map back in the days. The last time it was actually pulled in any tournament, according to ETX at least, I'm only checking the X, I'm not checking every single sheet. It was pulled in CBT3, which was, 2 iterations ago. That should tell you
Hi,
how
I was
long
second
ago
place
it
in
was.
that.
Yeah, let's talk about the map itself. CS4, AR9, OD8, standard stuff. SR 4.6, and let's say less than 2 minutes. Oh my god, it's less than 2 minutes. It's crazy, isn't it? We finally have a real short map. But yeah, this map tests you on both slider tech and some tapping at the start. Slider tech becoming more relevant later as we get into the second half of the map.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, despite the drain of the map, you can just see that those the map while being only 4.6 SR has indeed those like crazy big sliders all over the screen. And yeah, I definitely reckon playing the map in one of those funny ass 6-digit fast caps like 3 years ago. I saw the SR. I of course was side tweeting, and this map. This map ruined my dreams because I got 300k on the map. Because once again, the SR tricked me so much, and you are seeing those crazy big sliders with some slider ticks that will just catch you off guard.
Can't wait for the shit miss.
Can't wait for the shit miss. On God, like when commentating that map in round of 32, like I'm pretty sure we will see a couple of breaks, if not like 4 or more. But
yeah, because sight reading is just that. Sight reading is the meta. What can I say?
Yeah.
But yeah, that is going to be Starfall, a certified hook classic from back in the day, from way back in the day. Very nice to see this map back. But we're gonna jump straight into our next one now. Welcome to our first No Mod 5, I believe. This is our first. Yeah, this is our first No Mod quote unquote gimmick map. And it is going to be a rhythmic gimmick map. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You might know the artist Newashi from their other works. I think Sapphire on Fire being their most prominent one. But this one is going to be the fascinating cat's eye. Let's jump straight into it.
Alright, No Mod 5 gimmick. As Gamaliel mentioned, it's rhythm this week, and well, it's as rhythmy as it can get. I guess it's the map is already starting at 4.77 SR. That's actually higher than your No Mod 3 and No Mod 4, so that should be a little bit scary actually. But it's about 2 minutes 40 seconds in drain time, 132 BPM with, well, obviously rhythm changes. CS4, AR9, OD7. The song's a little bit tricky. There's some faster, like quicker burst, and then some slower parts as the rhythm, well, part indicates, obviously. Well, aside from that, it's your classic Newashi map. If you've played a Newashi map in your life before, you should be fairly familiar with this. So.
Yep, totally agreed. If you are playing this map in match, do not sight read it. That was the mistake I made. This map has just like so many stop and go patterns, so many BPM changes that first of all, I had 90% accuracy on the map, and then to top it all off, I had only like 200 combo because I just couldn't read for shit. And yeah, I got like 200k score at the end, so this map is really fun once you like get to play it more than at least 2 or 3 times. So that's what I recommend you to do. But yeah, as we can see, it has many skill sets, some flow as well. We just saw that one low BPM stream, so kind of No Mod 3 echoing over here. But yeah, really versatile map.
Yeah, that's right. I think Viraj, don't spoil it, bro. Don't spoil it. But anyways, I think this really is one of those maps. It's sort of similar to, I don't know if anybody remembers, but in 6WC2023 Quals, we had a map, XI Beatrice, which was very similar. It's not your hard reading gimmick, right? But I think hard reading gimmick, I think, Sputnik, stuff coming from like the footwork genre, which is legitimately some form of like memory reading gimmick. A lot of this map comes from your rhythmic intuition, and it, while it doesn't test, conventional low AR reading, it definitely tests a sort of rhythmic reading that I think is very underrepresented, especially at this SR. Although this map isn't the most rhythmically dense or the most rhythmically challenging, there is still a lot of aim that to be found in this map. At the end of the day, the accuracy, I think, is gonna be the main defining factor of the difficulty in achieving good act. It's gonna be the main defining factor in this map, and I'm definitely happy to see this map here. But yeah, I think as we come to the end of this No Mod 5, we're gonna swiftly walk away from our no mod pool, and we're gonna jump straight into our mod. So if you guys were wondering if you'd ever see the all hidden one return, I mean, ding dong dong dong, it is back, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably my favorite map in this pool, hence why I have a replay of it. If you guys know this song from the BOF, I believe it was one of the winners, was also used in a mapping competition. I can't quite put my finger down on what it was again, but this was one of the songs from that mapping competition, hence a lot of diffs were made of it. We chose Final Rare's diff. This is Christia's set of it. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ASA Assault Taxi.
An absolute banger of a map, and yay, Lunexia, hello! I am locking my doors
Hi,
tonight,
Lunexia.
don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Alright,
Hello.
everyone, it is all time, but we removed the rhythm part at least, and it's easier, as it should be. It's far easier, actually. Not only is the duration only 2 minutes, it's also like I'm more comfortable with BPM at 154, CS4, AR9, OD7.5, SR is like 4.7, but honestly, like that's pretty simple. You just flow for the most part. Flow is the hardest part of this.
Thanks, Mirage.
Yeah, flow is the hardest part of this map, and like as you can already see, it's kind of like it's very simple. It's low SR. I don't know what you expected. So, anyways,
mean,
keep it off.
Yeah, the other way to put it is that, so you know how we have Noma 2, which is Ascension to Heaven with like no flow? Like, just imagine that this is your typical flowy Noma 2, but, well...
Materialize the hidden.
Yeah, but in that Poon was hidden. Yeah, also, guys, please do not attack Mirage Fire.
This was my suggestion.
Yeah,
this
he
was
was
my
not-
suggestion, actually.
Yeah,
this
he was
my
not the
suggestion.
one. He was not the one pulling the map. Even
Yeah,
though, no, it's really good. Like, I enjoyed playing it since I like flow and tapping, but yeah, I don't know. I hope just players will not say anything about the map. 1984 at its finest. So yeah.
I think it's always for most of the qualifiers and oh my goodness, for most of qualifiers and round of 32, I definitely anticipate the hidden ones to be the most contested picks in the to be the most contested picks in each pool, and this is sort of average CDC pooling style. Can't please everybody, unfortunately, but at the end of the day, if you are looking for aim in Hidden 1, this is definitely a genre of aim to look out for. Not your typical snap aim or awkward aim that you see in standard Hidden or standard tournament pools. But of course, this map targets a different genre of aim. And at the end of the day, if aim is what you're looking for, once again, you have it right here. But let's move on away from probably the all the death threats that are gonna come from Assault Taxi. Huge shoutouts to, of course, myself for the replay and Pending Cup for producing so many incredible sets of this map. I love Assault Taxi as a song, and I hope you guys do too. If not for the GG skill set representation. But let's move along to our next map. This time it is going to be HD2. If you thought your last HD2 didn't have enough reading, well, you're in for a treat with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Milik Tuju.
Yep. More reading, obviously, in your Hidden 2 slot this week. It's stack reading, pretty similar to what we had in qualifiers, actually. 170 BPM, about 3 minutes for AR4. AR4 would be crazy. AR8, CS4, only 8.5. It's only 4.3 stars. But yeah, the main reading of this one will be same as the qualifiers. Like, there will be stacks. You need to read them. At least it's not linear aim this time, so aim should be more comfortable in general, but yeah, it's just a very classic low SR HD2 map, so.
Yep, right. We didn't have much aim on Hidden 1, so this is where all the hidden aim went, but still, it does have a lot of those overlaps, all of those stack reading patterns. And honestly, when playing the map, I kind of felt I got some good kid vibes, like especially that one map made from CU, aka Charity. Yeah, another hidden 2 map by Good Kid, I really felt like this is like the same thing. But when I looked at the map, I realized like they're different. So yeah, this I also I have a new favorite mapper, I guess, now as well. And yeah, we also should credit the replayer for the map itself. It's Ash Bradley. It's your one of the best 6WC4 reading players, if not the
Winner
best.
as well.
Yeah,
Winner,
yeah,
winner
the
as
winner
well.
of 6WC. This guy has this guy is definitely one of my inspirations when it comes to gimmicks. And once again, getting a player from the previous iteration is really nice. So yeah, shoutouts to them.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if you guys know Riot 1133, I believe they are an OWC Cooler and Mappool, if I'm not mistaken. They've been known for making a lot of these, lower SR tournament maps. So huge shoutouts to them for the map as well. At the end of the day, this is once again your consistency aim hidden too. I promise it will not be the case, hopefully, in our later rounds. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. Hopefully you guys manage to place out that so that some of your desires may be quenched. But at the end of the day, this is just your, like Mirage mentioned, your standard low AR hidden 2. It's kind of a sleeper, kind of a chill map, I know. But I mean, at the end of the day, what can you really get at this SR, right? I know that's just copium. I would have loved to see Renai Heiki machine gun go in my hidden 2 slot, but unfortunately we can't repull that. It is what it is. But yeah, with that, we're gonna come to the tail end of this hidden 2, and we're gonna exit right out of our hidden pool into our hard drop pool.
You.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
right,
hell?
Pelongson. So if you thought Hard Rock 1 was the easiest map of our last pool, well, we listened, and I think this Hard Rock 1 might just be the most difficult one of the pool. Overcooked or not, that's for you guys to discuss in map pool feedback. But what this map definitely is a banger. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go into our tech Hard Rock 1. That's right, it's gonna be Psyche Education.
Alright, potentially the most overcooked. Oh, it's not that heavily overcooked, even I got an FC on it, so potentially an overcooked map for the pool. Hello everyone, welcome to Education. It's a banger, it's a Jizak map, it's great. Well, I guess it's not the diff that he made, but it's a map set.
07 Jizak.
Hard Rock 1, Tech, and that's it. No,
Thanks, Raj. Alright,
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. 3 minutes, 40 seconds, 180 BPM, so like something more comfortable. CS 5.2, AR10, OD10, your classic hard rock stuff. And the name of the game is Tech with some bursts, but like it's kept on the very simple side of things. Like you will not see more than 3 notes at a time. The techs don't even have, like the sliders don't even have a slider tick, so you don't need to follow them if you don't want to. The bursts have literally no flow to them. If you miss on that because of your aim, you should probably move your cursor a little bit. Anyways, take it
Oh,
away.
Mirage dunking on the players right now. Goddamn. Live in on-stream chat. CDC gets cancelled.
No, in fact, Mirage is dunking on me because when I play tested the map, I failed because my ass forgot to put on no fail, and like I no-talked one of the streams, and yeah.
Okay, Philosopher,
things
just tell us
didn't
you have a
go
skill
well.
issue though, bro. Just tell us you have a skill issue though.
I'm the best hard rock player in CDC.
That's true, that's true.
Anyway, as we're getting in the first guy, we're seeing some of the longer sliders. And yeah, later on we will be also faced with some kick slider sections, like the small ones, but still the map is pretty challenging. One of the most difficult consistency checks of the pool because of the drain as well. It's almost 4 minutes long. I don't know how we're gonna fill that drain on stream because we're only halfway through and we have like our guts out already. But yeah, I guess Camille, we can credit the replayer now.
Yeah, I mean, before we jump straight into that, I think a lot of what goes into this map is the accessibility of the skill set. I would say Hard Rock 1 as a map way more accessible than Hard Rock Tech. Hard Rock Tech often regarded as one of the alongside hard stamina and hard speed as some of the most foreign skill sets, especially the players at this rank range. So when you look at it from a accessibility standpoint, I definitely think this map is sort of a much more difficult track, especially for players who aren't comfortable on AR10. And for that reason, I actually think that's where most of the difficulty comes from. Mechanically, I don't think this map is the craziest thing in the world, especially compared to Hard Rock 1, which is a lot, a lot bigger aim, bigger jumps and whatnot. But acting this kind of map, especially on Hard Rock, especially on OD10, if you're not already comfortable with the prerequisite CS 5.2 and the AR10, I think the OD just exacerbates the difficulty of this map. But of course, as you mentioned, Philoxen, huge shoutouts to the replayer of this map. For this one, we forced Caveman to slave in Hard Rock. If you guys don't know Caveman, 6WC2025 player, now turned, recently, I believe, turned 4-digit host of his own tournament series as well. Has made a pretty good name for himself in the tournament scene, so you'll love to see it. Almost got badged, I believe, back recently in DMC2, but due to some issues, unfortunately, could not get badged. But yeah, huge shoutouts, of course, to I can't say that. Sorcerer for the insane map, and honestly, every Jazak diff is a banger. I definitely expect the similar hidden one levels of split decisions coming in from the player base, but it is what it is. We are anything but safe here in CDC pooling. But ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to a bit more of a familiar face when it comes to the Hard Rock 2 slot. Last time we saw light tech in our Hard Rock 2 slot. Last time we saw light tech small CS Hard Rock 2s. This time we are gonna see a return of small CS, obviously, but we're gonna see a much more conventional Hard Rock skill set being tested. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is our Toho tags on the pool. You guys can stop hounding us for it. This is going to be Amane Road Dogs, and it's gonna be a linear aim Hard Rock 2.
Alright, Toho tax paid. I managed to get the Toho map through, and finally people can stop bugging me about where's the Toho map, surely. Okay, Hard Rock 2. Obviously precision, CS 6.2, and it's obviously aim focus there. I don't think... Okay, no, there's one burst. 2 minutes, CS 6.5. AR is not 10. AR is 9.8, OD is 9.8, so if you can't read AR10, you can actually play this for once. Does that mean you won't have any AR10 aim maps anywhere? No, that's actually not true. You will see later. But yeah, it's pretty standard. It's actually a really old map that hasn't been used at all, which is like kind of crazy to me because I think I actually kind of like.
I think the higher diff. I think the higher diff has been used here and there. I remember playing it in. Was it Toho? No, not Toho Cup. It was some duo cup where all the maps were Toho, I think.
Oh, okay.
That I played Vinamo way back, but I think this diff in particular hasn't been used much.
Yeah, it's pretty low SR, and after a Hard Rock it's still only 4.7s, but yeah, take it away, Floxen.
Yep, definitely. Crazy J never fails to make like one of the most enjoyable Hard Rock 2 Toho maps, and I will not get bored playing them. Yeah. What? No, no.
Like I'm being look, bro. Bro does not play Hard Rock 2, bro.
This is the most enjoyable Hard Rock 2 that I have ever played.
Yep.
In fact, when I was when I was playing it, I have seen half the map. Like I was popping off.
Okay.
I actually, I think the skill set, I would describe it as is like, maybe people will judge me for that, but I would say cursed linear aim, although it sounds kind of funny, but. Yeah, so I was seeing half the map, and then I failed because, well, the HP of the map is fucking 8, and like it didn't go as planned. I don't know why those old mappers make the HP so high, but anyways, once again, the replayer for the map is gonna be Caveman.
Yep. This map, like you mentioned, right, Philoxen, is one of those maps that really are a product of its time. And these maps just tend to have a very unique structure that is just very synonymous with the Hard Rock 2 skill set. So that is your standard Hard Rock 2 or standard CDC pooling. That is your tags for the day. You can stop bugging us about Toho, but let's move on to our DT1. It once again is the DT1 of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not dilly-dally any further. Let's jump into Stars in the Rain by Aimer.
Oh no.
Aimer, bro.
Bro, you don't aim. Anyways, everyone, DT1 time. Your very classic speed aim. It is 117 BPM. Well, it's obviously half times. SR is 5. this one is your AR10 aim, CS4 and OD 9.4, making up for like Hard Rock 2's lack of AR10. We have an AR10 aim DT1 instead already. It will be testing you on like quotation mark speed aim, how fast you can get them, at least in this SR, alongside with AR10 reading on DT. Honestly, not much to say. It's DT1, so Phloxum, help me.
The map is 234 BPM jump, so your typical farm DT aim. The only issue is that it's AR10. I don't know, half of the players just cannot read AR10, so this is probably gonna be like the hardest DT1 like that they have ever played in for a 4.9 star rating pool. Yeah, I mean for me as well, I got a very proud 200k score. And yeah, like man, back in my day when I played 6WC2023, though, like the 4.9 SR DT1s like were so much more like achievable to FC. I remember just assessing like the DT1 map in a couple of times in group stage, but now, what like, okay, this is a huge, yeah, that's a huge jump in terms of like skill cap and the difficulty overall of those same four like low SR pools.
Yeah, I think this map as well is one of those DT ones that aren't just a bulk style farm map. Of course, the aim is pretty sloppy, and it is sort of your normal, no mod one, quote unquote, no mod one type aim map. But when you look at the duration of the map, it's definitely a lot shorter than a lot of the DT ones that we've been seeing in the 6-digit space. This map, I believe, before DT is about 4 minutes and 44 seconds long. And when you cut down on that with DT, it becomes a lot more of a consistency check, a lot more of a high DPM consistency check at the end of the day. And I'm a big fan of this change, personally, especially with the AR10 prerequisite of the map, just giving that additional layer of difficulty, not just when it comes to, you know, being your standard speedy aim check, but also as sort of a foil to Hard Rock's lack of, you know, standard generic aim slot. This map serves as a pretty solid balance, I think, to the overall mechanics slash control balance that this pool has.
Yep, I mean, yep. Last time you had a custom from Kyle Y. This time you have a map from William K. I think the synergy is here as typical for CDC pools. Really love that detail, and the replay by my Angel Kaido. Wait, who's
Jolty.
Oh, it's Jolty. Okay. I get
Oh,
it.
One of the most successful 6 digits to come out, I believe, currently is Bash in 4 digit, despite being minor league Canada in 2024. Incredible replay. Thanks for the replay, and let's move on to our next DT map on the chopping board. I think, once again, this is another one for the classics. This is another certified hood classic. It's gonna be Merry Xmas, Ice 9 kills.
Okay, this is DD2 time. No, let's go. It's speed, there's nothing to go here. Anyways, 262 BPM, 2 minutes, so it's relatively short, or DT standard, I guess, whatever you like. 5 stars, CS 3.5, and AR 9.7. It's, well, it's a speed burst. It's high BPM speed burst, we haven't had yet in the pool. And yeah, Lachlan, just help me out, man. It's DT.
This is the map that Lightning found. I really like him for that.
Because him for that.
But anyway, all of those 6 EC players, I think you guys remember how we had Ice 9 kills DT2 previously, in like round of 16 or quarterfinals or so. I don't remember. But anyway, if you like the song, if you like that previous map that you played in 6CC, here we are with another Ice 9 kill song just for you. If you don't like kind of like hard rock metal type of songs, then I guess Pump Pump. But anyway, about the map itself. 260 BPM bursts and even some like little finger control. For example, this bridge is definitely one of the hardest on the map. But yeah, if you just practice the map, you will actually realize that those 260 BPM bursts, even like the 5-6 note ones, they are much more achievable to hit if you just practice a bit. So yeah.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, you look at this map and you ask where the burst, oh, why there's so many burst sliders. It's speed at 5 stars, man. It's a tough roll out here. And for what it's worth, 260 BPM, 5 note burst, not the most successful skill set. I think at the end of the day, accuracy is going to be a key player in this map. NCP players who can play this SR, I'm looking at a specific Mr. Minjuke, definitely will enjoy this map. Before this map ends, huge shoutouts to Ore Greenho for the replay. Our speed slave, our speed playtester, love this replay, and huge shoutouts to them once again. Let's move on to our final map of the DT pool, and I believe this one is a edit, right? I believe this is a CDC edit.
OD edit.
The original map, I can't quite. I think Mirage can tell you who the original mapper is, but I think this is a certified banger. It's gonna be a Tsukuyomi song, that's right, and it's gonna be Absolute Zero.
Okay, everyone, this is a 6WC2025 edit. I have gotten permission from the original beat map owner. Unfortunately, I couldn't reach out to the guest diff maker, which was Aaron making. All credits goes to them. Obviously, I know it says on the right it was made by me. Do not give me any credit. I do not deserve any of this credit. Please credit the original owners, obviously. And let's talk about the map a little bit. A DT3 finger control, 218 BPM. CS3, it's pretty big actually. AR 9.7, OD 9.1, which is the edit that we've actually done. The original map set has an OD of 4, which after DT is like, I don't know actually what it is from the top of my head, but it's very low. But we've increased the base OD from 4
OD
to
4, I think.
Oh yeah, it was.
yeah, but like
it
after
was 3.
yeah,
I think it was like OD 6 or something.
Yeah,
probably.
maybe.
But like we've increased it to OD 7 and now it's OD 9.1, making it like tournament viable without like just smashing through it. Yeah, it's your very classic DT3 finger control map, and yeah, take it away, Philosophy.
Okay, I'm really happy we got this DT3 in the pool. It's definitely an insane DT3 for such an SR, and I'm really happy we have it. Because, well, my respect to the mapper, because, well, if you just look at the map and if you play it for once, you will realize that literally at any point of the map, you will see like, yeah, at least like some of the easier finger control patterns. So it's just constant finger control, and literally like no speed, no tapping. I mean, of course there is tapping, but not like the DT2 kind of tapping. So yeah, huge shoutouts to the mapper and to our replayer Irumi, giving this lovely teammate from 6WC2024.
Yeah, I love Irumi. That's a lie. I freaking hate Irumi. I hate this guy.
the
Oh my
hell?
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
This guy. I can't understand. But anyways, yeah, I think this map makes up for a lot of the much lower BPM that we saw, or as compared to the DT2. I believe DT2 was 263. This map acts as a good foil to it. Where it lacks in raw speed, it definitely makes up in finger control, and it really is your box standard, hard diff turn DT for 6-digit DT3s. Yeah, that is going to be the end of the worst mod pool. I didn't say it when we began, but here we go. If you guys are, hard pressed about, oh no, where's my generic no mod 1 aim? Ladies and gentlemen, we decided to put it, this time free mod 1 is not any funky business. That's right, we are gonna have a mixed consistency free mod 1. A very good balance across all of the different mod slots, and overall the biggest test of tenacity being the longest map in this pool. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zembu Kimiga Ita Kira Shitanda by Suzuki Konomi. That is a name. I butchered that so hard. I'm sorry, any Japanese speakers in chat.
Anyways, everyone, no, free mod 1 time. So, well, Gamali already stole my line, unfortunately, but like HT1 being like, what it is, and Hardware 1 being tech. For free mod 1, obviously, we want to have a more normal map, so you can, like, calm down and, like, have a bit of an aim map or consistency map, whatever you want to call it. And pretend it's like your Hardware 1 or HT1, because you need to have unique mods for your team anyways, so... This map is 185 BPM, so it's even a very comfortable BPM. It is the longest map in the pool besides Tiebreaker, 4 minutes. But hey, look, we have. If you look at the sheet later, you'll realize we have a lot of 2-minute maps. CS 3.8, AR9. The SR is actually a little bit wrong there. The SR is actually 4.74 before Hard Rock, but we have a replayer who's playing Hidden Hard Rock.
Oh, who is this replayer?
The actual Perry Creole?
The action Perry
The
Creole?
actual
Question mark?
Crayola question mark, but yeah.
Hell no. Right.
Yeah. Just take it away. Vlogs.
No, the thing, you know, I have that logic of how to like determine if the map is like actually just like your chill generic consistency, like kind of multi-skill set. That's what we have here. Is that when I play the map, usually like there doesn't have to be like any thoughts going on in my head when playing that kind of a map, and this is exactly what happened. Like I was like brain dead when playing the map. So for me, it's definitely a good determining factor for those like your typical no mod 1, free mod 1 type maps that just test your generic aim. So yep, really good balanced choice for this 4.9 SR pool. Yep, good job.
Yeah, I think this map really hits all the marks on all mod slots, right? Hard Rock mechanics or Hard Rock tapping aim or tappy aim is a very common skill set that you usually see in the Hard Rock slot. And you know, hidden awkward aim hidden is usually the most conventional hidden one slot. And I think this map hits a very nice blend for both Hard Rock and hidden players when it comes to your sort of quote-unquote generic one slot maps. And of course, you know, this map being 4 minutes long naturally hit that no mod 1 consistency requirement that all no mod 1s are notorious for testing. Of course, this map being, this map being the longest map in the pool, as I mentioned before, right? 4 minutes long, going to be a war of attrition. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see how players deal with mental on this map. Especially coming from the no mod anchors, when you have the easiest version of the map in the pool, that pressure on you, especially on a map this long, on a map this boring, I'd say, given the pool SR, it's very easy to let your mental take over, and that's where shit misses become all the more pronounced. And I'm not even talking about, you know, the Hard Rock and hidden players that will have to take the more difficult versions of the map. Hopefully, you know, we don't see too many overmods, but honestly, from the higher seeded teams, I definitely think that an easy or a HDHR, as we are seeing here from our lovely player, Perry Crayola, is definitely warranted on a map like this. But yeah, honestly, nothing much more to say about a map like this. Huge shoutouts to Onegai for this epic map. I think Xcos mentioned, right, Hard Rock really makes this style of mapping look slightly ugly, and I'm sure if you're a mapper, you have your qualms about this. But honestly, that just gives you more of a reason to hate on Hard Rock. But map stalling towards the end of these 4 minutes aside. We hope you guys enjoy it, and don't fall asleep too hard on this 3-mod-1. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna come to our second to last map in the pool. Once again, I think this entire map pool can be categorized as a lot of it being a hit to the classics and a love letter to those who've been in 6-digit or those who weren't killed by CSR. Because this map, I think, was pulled all the way back in Core 6-2 qualifiers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another very, very old map, and this is your standard anti-mod. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jade Star by Shiki.
Let's go.
Okay, first off, everyone, I am so sorry. This is played in hidden easy. Can we please?
Thank you, Floofy.
Can
Thank
we
you, Floofy.
please not make that again? Anyways, well, thank you, Floop, obviously, for the replay. I really appreciate that, but hidden easy might be a little bit hard to understand for our viewers. And anyways, sorry, everyone. Let's talk about the map, right? Jade Star, you should know it if you've been around for a while. It's 2 minutes, it's pretty short, and this is the this is like the complement to HD2 and Hard Rock 2, both of which were more definitely actually more aim focused. This is slightly more on the tapping side. There's definitely more tapping related skill sets found here. 152 BPM, CS5, AR8, OV7. Obviously all these sets are before Hard Rock. Not accounted, obviously also not accountably easy, that'd be crazy. This map SR is for some reason countable easy. It's 3.9 on your screen, but in reality, without any mods on, it's 4.4. So it's pretty standard for a round of 32. Yeah, take it away, Philipson, again.
Yeah, right. This is your like classic Jaden era 3 type of map. If you even know who I'm talking about, if you do, then please rank up. If you don't, then good for you. But yeah, I really like that map. Kind of given those like cranky, yeah, the other type of yeah song and the map vibes. So yeah, really good. I really enjoyed the finger control and the rhythmic sections of the map itself. And yeah, if you don't know, if you still like haven't played that map in the tournaments, then well, you should play the map because well, it's both a good tourney map and just like the song as well is such a banger. So I recommend you it a lot.
Yep. And I mean, I think the rest put it very, very well. I can't wait to see MFs go easy on my free mod 2s. You love to see it. And I think for the record, I don't think this map is the hardest thing to easy. So it'd be interesting to see if anybody, I'm looking at like players like Femboy, Nixie, who else can I shout out? I'm sure there are some players that I'm forgetting. Or Junior Origami that can pull something out of their ass with this map. But as we come to the very end of Jade Star, we arrive at the final map of our round of 32 pool. I think all of us have been very excited working on this map, and I'm just gonna jump straight to it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys were wondering where our Vocaloid text was for this map, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Vocaloid song by Mafu. And a long time ago, there's this player, you know, from 6WC2024, from Malaysia 6WC, someone here. He came up to me and said, "Hey Gamili, I think this song is really cool. I would love to see this have a map." And so I looked at it and I was like, Vocaloid. Okay, it's a Vocaloid song. This shit bangs hard. Who are the two best Vocaloid mappers I know? And therefore, I got X-Course and Aruota, two members of the lovely VAT Vocaloid Appreciation Team, to come together to produce something very, very special for you guys. When it comes to a mechanics tiebreaker, where better to put it in round of 32, and where better to have it, or what better song to have it than a certified banger Vocaloid song. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you from the lovely Ferd, who I think at the beginning of 2024 made a video detailing his journey making a Mafu lookalike song without any music experience, and then a year later, on 30th December, releasing a new arranged version of the song. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you "Music Is Hard" by Ferd, mapped by the lovely X-Course and Aruota.
Oh.
That's really awkward, Viraj. That's really awkward, Viraj. But
Whoops.
with that, ladies and gentlemen, comes the end of our first CDC 6WC tiebreaker. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That was third. Music is hard. And it's really happy to see our first tiebreaker, our first big production finally get thrown out. I'd like to thank so many people. So many people went into the production of this one tiebreaker, and I could not thank them less. Of course, I already shouted them out before, but huge shout outs to X Course and Aru Ota for the lovely map. X Course in particular, I believe I believe X Course had to take time out of his really busy schedule to produce this kind of map for us. And X Course as one of my personal favorite mappers, full stop, Singapore represent. It's great. It's really great to be able to feature one of my favorite mappers maps in the World Cup and in such a special place, no less. This tiebreaker will probably be one of the most played tiebreakers, given how most of the most amount of teams will be playing this pool, and I'm very very grateful that this kind of map will get featured. Of course, Aru Ota as well, been a huge help in custom mapping here and there. I believe Aruota is one of those mappers that you can always rely on to produce an absolute banger of a map. So huge shout outs to both of them for their work. But on the flip side, on the production side of things, I would like to thank firstly Perry Criolla, the real Perry Criolla, for this replay, as well as more in particular the two people involved in the graphics for this map. Kaya Maniac, who was our background artist for this map, huge shout outs to them, been an absolute help in all of 6WC's tiebreakers, in all of CDC's tiebreakers. A close friend of CDC since the very beginning. So it's really great to have their artwork featured as the round of 32 tiebreaker, as well as D1 the only aquatic certified midnight oil burner, certified no sleeper, stayed up 20 hours, stayed up the entire day in order to churn out this tiebreaker. Had to learn Blender as well for the intro that you guys saw at the very beginning, as well as learning animation here and there throughout all of CDC's tiebreakers. The tried and true carry of our tiebreaker showcases, might I add. And we hope you guys are as satisfied with this tiebreaker as we are to present it to you. I'm very happy with how this map turned out. I think mechanics is a very, very common skill set to be tested at round of 32 because that's the kind of skill set that is most accessible to most players, especially at an SR this low. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. 2K combo as certified banger with a lot of skill set diversity, a lot of mechanics were tested here. Some tapping, some aim sprinkled in here and there, but at the end of the day, consistency is the name of the game, and I'm very happy for that. Mirage, do you have any words to say to our viewers?
Yep, as always, you can leave your Mappool feedback in the Mappool feedback channel. I'll be replying to it. You can make a tier list or whatever. Maybe someone will do it again. It's kind of funny. But yeah, remember everyone, this is supposed to be a lot easier than quals, and I think to a lot of degree it obviously is. So temper your expectations a little bit for some of the maps, please. Like DT2. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to your feedback.
Philopson?
Yep. So, guys, please make sure you play your quals really well so that you didn't just watch the entire showcase for nothing. And to find out if you actually qualified, stay tuned. The stream will be tomorrow at 14 UTC, if I'm not wrong.
14,
Right?
15. All streams are
Oh, my
14.
bad.
Yeah,
The regional
yeah.
gangster. Okay. So 14, 15 is the time. Be there or
Or
be.
B square.
Yeah, or be
Triangles.
square. Okay, type shit.
Straight line, circle.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it.
But I think that is all that we have from the panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, huge shout outs to all the replayers, all the artists, especially all the artists and mappers and poolers, I almost forgot, and playtesters that were involved in this production. We have a lot more lined up for you, and this is just the beginning. So we hope you guys are excited for what we have to present to you, and we hope you guys are excited for the lineup of matches that we have moving forward. Of course, we don't know what exactly those matchups are. The seed review will be happening tomorrow, so do tune in if you're interested in seeing whether you qualify. But until that, ladies and gentlemen, any last words from my panelists?
Nope.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming and showing up for the stream. 6WC wouldn't be a success if not for the players, if not for the viewers, if not for your kind support. Leave your pool feedback in Mappool feedback. As always, we expect it to be very split decisions, split opinions from either side, and we are all the more happy to read what you have to say about our pools. At the end of the day, we are more happy that you guys are talking about our pools. We are more happy that we are able to talk about our work than necessarily getting necessarily positive or necessarily negative feedback. At the end of the day, people validating our work means the absolute world to us, and we cannot thank you guys more. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Gammy Crayola. I've been your host. Joining me in the VC, of course, the lovely Philoxen and Mirage Fire. This has been another Project Hexagon stream. This has been the 6-digit World Cup 2025, and we will see you in the next stream. We'll see you tomorrow in the seed review stream. So we hope to see you there. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chad.
Bye, everyone.